Hello everyone, today we have some fun new makeup to test out. I think probably the most exciting piece. I'm doing a complete first impressions of the new Yucca palette from Natasha Denona. As soon as I saw this, I was like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna get that one. Ooh, the outside. I haven't seen anyone's reviews. I haven't been looking at anyone's stuff. If you guys don't know, if you don't follow me on Instagram, I've been in Vegas last weekend, so this came while I was gone. So I am excited to finally dig into it. I am going to do a proper video, but I thought we could at least create some kind of look today. So that is for sure going on my eyes. And then of course I picked up this eyeliner. I saw a chartreuse green and said, hi, yes, thank you. Oh, wow. Yeah, it's good. I'll get you guys swatches as we go in, but it is like a yellow, but also a green. So I was a little nervous that it would be too yellow, but it's definitely that like chartreusey green you guys know I love. You know I love it. So that's some of the most exciting stuff. We'll just get into more and more as we go. I have the new Beauty Blender Boost spray as well as the primer. I'm gonna use both of these today. I might have used this one with you guys already, but I was really intrigued by this stuff, so I decided to get it. This has like a slightly sweet smell to it. What I really am excited about with these products is that they're like firming and hydrating, but also meant to actually set your makeup and keep you from not being oily, which is like my dream. I want to be moisturized, but I also don't want to be a big old grease ball if I can help it. So I'm putting that on first today. I'm trying that kind of do the primer spray first, then kind of seal it all in a little bit later. I did that while I was in Vegas with a travel size of the All Nighter spray, and I felt like it helped a lot. And you know, those makeup setting sprays are not new. Like that one from Urban Decay has been around for forever. It's basically the same thing as a Scandinavia one. And so I've used those on clients. I've used those before, but I'm trying it out for myself again, kind of revisiting that technique. And I think it might be a winner for me, especially for summer. So I am now putting on the primer. It's in that same kind of line. And again, firming and smoothing peptide primer. I have noticed that this one doesn't really, you know, get me more oily throughout the day. That's always like my issue with primers, is that they tend to moisturize or make me feel good, but you know, they don't help my makeup stay on longer, which is what I want from a primer. But I don't like anything that's too mattifying either, which those are the ones that tend to be the best at keeping your foundation on throughout the day. So it's kind of a whole process. All right, there it is. I'm really happy too, because I'm trying out this new sunscreen. This is from B Lab, and it is the Matcha Hydrating Real Sunscreen. I'm really enjoying this so far, and I put that on, kind of let it soak in, and now I'm putting this on top, and I'm not having any pilling, so we're having so many wins so far. Okay, I don't have anything new for foundation, so I'm sorry you're just seeing me do the House Labs again. This really has been like a go-to for me, so I'll get that on quick so we can move on with life. And I'm just blending that out with a beauty blender today. I would say most of the time this is my preferred method, like if I want the results, like the best looking skin, but a lot of the time I'm too lazy, to be honest. When I was in Vegas, this was also the foundation I wore, and I thought it wore really well, but I will say I forget, because I grew up in Arizona, so I'm in California now, and I forget about how dry the air really is and how much more moist it is here. And I know for a lot of the country, California is still a really dry state, but comparedly, you know, the desert states like Nevada and Arizona, I really found myself not getting really as oily at all, and if anything, more dry patches. So it's so interesting, and I definitely think, you know, keeping in mind where you live, especially when someone's like reviewing things, even if you have similar skin types, products might work differently on you in different places, which is so interesting. Like I know that, but it just really put it in perspective for me. All right, loving the way it looks every single time. I love the way it looks. Before going with concealer, I'm gonna use this cream bronzer stick from LYS. I got this more recently. I've heard really great things about it, and after the Makeup by Mario stick, I really wanted to try another stick that hopefully would really work out for me, and I knew that this one was gonna be a lot more creamy, so I've used it one time. So far I do like it, but I thought we could use it together today. Let me pin these bangs back just a little. I slicked back my hair. You guys are so sweet. I've been getting so many like insanely nice comments. Like, you guys are gassing me up, making me feel like so pretty. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, it's like overwhelming. Thank you. But I thought I would try slick back with just 2 antenna bangs, you know, keeping it real cute. Let's see. Again, I've only used it once, so I hope I didn't go too overboard. But I kind of want a bronzy look. I'm okay with that. And this one I know is going to be a lot easier to blend with a brush. I always like trying the stick products like both ways, like a straight application to my face, but also from a brush just to kind of see, because it's so convenient. Like if you can just draw a stick on and still get a really good blend, I mean, that's pretty good. That always feels so good. But like I said, definitely way easier to blend out than the Makeup by Mario, to me anyway. And I love the color, so skin-like, so pretty. It's a good one. And LYS is so cheap compared to everything else at Sephora. Like, it's just so nice that it's more affordable. Okay, maybe a little too much on the forehead. I can admit, maybe a little bit much. But I think we can save the forehead with some concealer. And then for my nose, I think I'm just gonna use my sponge and see how that goes. All right, so that's the bronzer on. I really love the color. I feel like it blended out so nicely. I am excited to keep using this, but so far really loving this thing. And like I said, that's like $18 at Sephora. Depending on where you shop at the drugstore, some of those prices are getting up there. So I think that's pretty nice. All right, for concealer, you like my little ASMR, it's so cute. This is the Fit Glow Beauty Concealer. I feel like I hear a lot about this brand from State of Kate on Instagram. So I was like, well, let me try it out. Let me see. I ended up getting the shade 2.5, so I hope this will be okay for me. It's looking pretty neutral toned. Let me get you a swatch. Ooh, okay. So that's it. Maybe it's a little dark. It's been really difficult. I know I've talked to you guys about this, but trying to figure out what shade to go with when I'm a little more tan has been a little difficult, but this one seems like it's going to be one of those concealers, at least for me currently, that is more close to my skin tone than super brightening, which I actually don't mind. It's pretty thick right now, but I think it's going to give really good coverage. I'm actually really excited. I haven't used a concealer really like this before, and I'm getting kind of excited. It looks like the color's going to look okay. Definitely high coverage on this so far. It's a little bit yellow. I need like a brightening setting powder under my eyes. All right, let me zoom you in so you can see kind of what everything's looking like. So that's a concealer. It's looking a little bit yellow under my eyes right now. It's definitely not brightening, so I feel like I could have gone like a shade lighter, but I think it still will work. I can still make it work, and if I happen to get more tan throughout the summer, I think this might work even better for me. What I find so interesting is that consistency. It's like pretty thick. It reminds me of like something like, I mean, I haven't used it in forever, but something like the It Cosmetics, you know, that one that's like so potent. It's more like that, maybe not exactly in formula, but I just mean like, it's just high coverage, but I feel like it still looks, for how high coverage it is, really natural. It still has a little bit of glow to it, a little bit of dew to it. So very interesting. I'm excited to keep playing with that. And I also kind of want to try this just on its own, kind of over my redness or something, and see how that works. So I'm excited to keep trying this. I will say the Fit Glow stuff, I bought only a few things. Very expensive. I'm always excited to try a new brand, but it was a little expensive, so hopefully I can make that one work for me. We'll see. I'm looking so bronze right now. Okay, I have two different powders here. These are both sent in PR. So I have the untinted one from Jones Road Beauty, so I might use that under my eyes right now and just kind of see how that goes. Basically just a translucent powder, so hopefully that'll be good. They also sent me a pink one, and that one might be cool to try too. I know like pink under eye setting powders are like crazy popular right now. I think it's so funny because this is definitely not a lot of product. Like you can see how thin this is, and I find it so funny because Jones Road gives so much of those balms, like those blush balms, but then all the other products that you'd actually probably go through, they're like, here's the tiny sample size. All right, I'm gonna use this just under my eye. Let's see. I feel like it's a little bright. I'm gonna do one half of my face with this powder and the other half with the Makeup Forever so we can see the difference. So this is it applied just kind of in this triangle area compared to not set. So you can definitely see the mattifying effect as well as a bit of smoothing that's going on here just because it's not reflecting light where all my pores are. I think it's nice so far. I mean, it seems like it'd be hard to like mess up a translucent powder, but it can be done. So I'm grateful that it looks so good. Let's try the Makeup Forever though. This one is one of those like twisting, like you twist up the powder. So this is what it looks like. I'm gonna rip this off. All right, wow, look at that. So that's what it looks like, and then you twist. Okay, let's see. I think you just kind of twist like that, you know? You don't really do more than that. And then the powder's in there now. So they gave me a brush specifically for this. And I initially thought that's kind of a weird powder brush or not what I would expect. So this is what the powder brush looks like. And now I'm like, yeah, because you need it to fit in there. Oh, and it like swirls. Okay. Look at that. I love that little flop it does. Let's see. Oh, this one definitely is more brightening. You can see the difference. Okay, so this is more brightening, but I would say that it doesn't quite get rid of my texture as much. It almost has something reflective going on, which is so interesting. I think it's really pretty, but I don't know. I like it right now specifically because I'm feeling like really tan right now. So I like that about it, but I definitely want to keep trying that. All the different colors in here, it seems like maybe something that would be nice on a light coverage day. Give a little glow, but it's like a matte glow. I'm actually going to apply some on the other eye though, so that way I can be brightened equally. And I can't tell if I love the like system. Oh my gosh. Yeah, little goes a long way. You can like see it almost left a sheen. Not sure about this one for myself. All right, that's one I'm gonna have to definitely keep testing. I feel like I have a ton of blushes. So first my Phytosurgeon's order came in and I have tons of blushes here that I picked up. I bought these all myself. I have the shade. I'm gonna try to swatch them all for you. This one is the shade Smolder. Oh, so pretty. That I think I don't know. I guess I don't know what eye look I'm doing. So I want something a little bit neutral. We then have Inferno, and that's like a pretty heavy swatch, but that's Inferno. Then this is Condensate. This is actually like mauvey, like almost grayish purple. So that's Condensate there. Singe, I thought would be so pretty for spring, summer. I guess we're kind of out of spring. But it's such a pretty like pink. Oh, that's kind of what I want to wear today too. And then last, this one's called Sublimate, and that's Sublimate there. So such pretty colors. I already had two other shades. I think Fume and what was the other one? It's like my favorite one and I can't remember the name right now. Evaporate, I think. So I'm so excited to add these to my collection. I really love this blush formula. So that's on the docket. I also did pick up from Fit Glow Beauty the Cheek palette. You can use this for a ton of things. Let's see. This is what that one looks like. So this is like a cream blush. It could also be used on the lips. I'm pretty sure you could use it on the eyes if you wanted to as well, but I'll give you guys some swatches on my other hand really fast. But I've never tried this formula. It looks like one of them is almost like a bronzer as well. And they did kind of mess up the mirror, so that kind of sucks. I mean, you can just clean it. It's not that big of a deal, but. So those are just some light swatches. Sometimes with like cream products, you really have to like get in there and kind of break up that top film. So if you have some at home and you're not getting tons of pigmentation off the top, that might be something like, you know, just kind of work the product a little bit and then you can kind of break through that almost like a self-forming seal. So I think I'm going to go with Singe, which is that pink one. This color here. I just think based off of what I think I'm gonna do for an eye look and using the like eyeliner and everything, like that chartreuse looks so good. I'm kind of going for something juicy, green and pink, maybe some warm oranges, we'll see. I think it'll look nice. So I'm just using the BK Beauty brush, you guys know. I'm applying that. I applied a little bit on the back of my hand, so I'll just go straight in and then apply a little bit of that because it's such a small container compared, and I find this just helps get it all over my brush, so that way when I go in, I'm not depositing product unevenly. Look how fresh that is. I love it. I've just fallen so hard for this blush formula lately. Like, I just love it. I'm going kind of heavy because I think it will die down, not because of the color actually disappearing, but something about my skin, it really does kind of disappear. So I'm kind of going heavy, but I love it. So pretty. All right, next for highlighter, I decided to pick this up. I was a little skeptical. It was my first I don't know how we say this brand, honestly, but it's my first product I'm trying from the brand, and the inside looks like those Physicians Formula. Like, immediately I was like, Physicians Formula, what's going on here? But I was interested to see how this actually looks on the face because it isn't a super sparkly formula, and I was like, will it be once I get it in the mail? Like, will it be once it comes to my house and it's in my hands? Maybe, but I can say it's definitely not a like sparkly formula. It's more powdery with like a light bit of sheen on it. So I'm excited to try it. I think I'm gonna use though a fan brush. I kind of want to go as light as I can. I'm nervous. I hope it'll just look good and it won't look too opaque. I think it looks pretty good because it's supposed to be a little bit more natural. Almost one of those like subdued glows, you know? I especially like it on my nose, I think. I'm definitely seeing some texture here on this side of my cheeks. So I don't know, I'm gonna have to keep testing it. Definitely a little bit different for me, but I wanted to give it a go. You guys know I'm like obsessed with highlighters, so a little bit more of a natural look. It's not too shiny, but also not too powdery, I don't think. It's not like looking too unnatural, so I'm on the fence. I'm on the fence on this one. I really loved the packaging though, not gonna lie. All right, I'm gonna get my eyebrows done so we can get on to this eye look because that's what I'm most excited about. So I'm just using my Persona and my Rowan brow pencil. That's like what I use every time for the most part. I'm gonna prime my lids. I'm just using the MAC Soft Ochre. All right, I'm so excited. I really feel like I haven't even looked into this. Look at these colors. I've been seeing some really pretty like pictures of the shimmers online, like just from the Natasha Denona Instagram. Look at those. All of those are like single shadow looks I want to do on my eyeballs. So I'm so excited. I think I mentioned this at the beginning, but I do intend on doing a full-on video for this, but I think I'm actually gonna wait a week and do some looks and make it a whole production. Don't hold me to it. I'm like kind of nervous to say that out loud because I'm like, every time I do that, inevitably something comes up, but I'm gonna make it happen. I want to do a full video dedicated to this, showing the other palettes up next to it, doing some comparisons that way. I'm probably gonna build out my own version of this palette and see how I do and like all of that. So these are some very light swatches, but really pretty, really happy with those shimmers. I think first and foremost, I want to go in with the shade Naturally. This is called Camu Camu, and it is a matte like yellowy chartreuse. It's the same color as the liner, and I just want to dust some of that in this front portion. I think that'll look so pretty, really fresh. I might use it on my inner corner. I don't know yet though. I'm really trying to create for my first look with this, like what would I do? I don't know, I feel like I have to tell you guys that because I probably just feel like people won't think it's enough of a look, but I'm trying to get past that. Like any look I do is a look. If it's on my eyes, it's a look. I really like how this is going on. I have tons of Natasha Denona palettes, so of course I was excited for this, but to be honest, I haven't used them in a while. Like I feel like I haven't really busted one out in a second, so I am excited to have a new one, but also revisit some of the other ones that I have. Okay, I like the way that's looking. I'm gonna pump this one up a little. I feel like it's building quite well as well. Like I love this just kind of as a look. I'm sure you can't imagine. I really love Plantasia. I feel like that's what I'm probably gonna put over everything, but I also love the Kamorbi. That one's also so pretty, you guys. I don't know why, it's like reminding me of the Safari palette if the Safari palette had shimmers in it. Like it's giving me those vibes for sure. I'm just gonna pat Plantasia all over my lid right now just to lay something down. I think it'll look good. And then I'm gonna worry about putting a little bit in the outer corner after that. Very pretty. You can see it has like a little bit of a red base on it too. For my outer corner, I think I'm just gonna tap some of the gray. This is called Elysian. I'm gonna tap that in my outer corner. Could also use a brush, but I just want to have a little more depth out there. I was going to use the matte because there is this really pretty matte taupey shade, but I feel like that's going to be too dark for what I'm really wanting for this look today because I still want to do a little bit of a wing. So really I'm just like literally finger painting right now. All right, that definitely gave me some depth, just enough. And I really just want to blend out the edges. So I'm using this brush from Singe Beauty, which is Angie's brand. Just blending out the edges. And then I'm gonna tap over a little bit in the center with that Plantasia again. Really love both those colors, truly. I feel like I'm looking so shiny right here. I don't think I like that Make It Forever powder. Okay, for my wing, I was thinking about using this green. I thought that would be so pretty. This is called Willow, and I'm just using my BK Beauty brush that I love to use for my little wings. If you are struggling with a thin wing, I understand. I understand more than you know, but this brush makes it so easy. So let's see. Okay, I feel like I started that wing like not even at the end of my eye. Okay, maybe not the most even wings, but I feel like when they're tiny, it's not as big of a deal. I'm gonna use that Gwen highlighter on my brow bone and inner corner. I'm gonna go into like this kind of creamy gold shade. Okay, I have to say, my eyes are burning a little bit. I don't know if that's the palette. I don't know what that is. Just something a little interesting I thought I would note. I don't know if other people are having that issue or if it's even, again, the eyeshadow, but I do notice just a little bit of burning up on my upper lashes on both eyes. I really like the look here so far. I am gonna add, though, that liner to my waterline. I thought that would be fun. You know, of course, you guys know me, inner corner, easy. You could also do some like accent here. I don't know if I want to do that today. I mean, it could be cute, but I already have the wing going, so I kind of want to just like put this in my waterline and see how that even works. Oh, wow. It's really doing it. And just have it like that. So I'm putting in the waterline. We'll see. I want to test if this actually stays there too. Ooh, all right, maybe not the best idea to put this in my waterline when my eyes are already being a little sensitive, but I do think it glided on so easy. Such a beautiful color. Let me grab Earthworm from Nicka K. If you've been here, you know my love for that. So this is the Nicka K one. That's a swatch of it there. If you're looking for a cheap chartreuse liner, this one's amazing. And then that one is the Natasha Denona. It's a little more yellow. So the Nicka K one definitely is more green. If you want something a little bit brighter, a little bit more yellow, that's Natasha Denona. And I think you actually just sharpen these, which I really love. I'm very happy I picked this up. There's 2 other colors, and I was tempted to get all of them just to like do it, but this is truly the color that called to me, obviously. Okay, I'm gonna add some mascara and see how everything's looking, and then we'll see where we go from there. All right, I got a new idea. I did add a little bit of the liner like on the lower lash line in the front there, and I think what I'm gonna do, I added some mascara to the lower lash line too, but I think I'm gonna take the orange, I think I'm gonna take the lighter orange here, and I'm gonna pop that like in the middle of my lower lash line. This orange fuchsia is more of like that cream 2 powder, and I'm just lining it right under and back. Yeah, I don't know why these are like bothering my eyes. It's almost like a fume went up when I'm using this right now. But I'm gonna go in with Elysian, that like gray, and I'm kind of like finishing out the bottom lash line with that. I'm also trying to deepen up the wing. I really want to keep it this color because I like that it's like more teal, but I want it to be darker so I get more depth from it. Wow, what a look today. Okay. That is the look so far. I really like it. I hope you guys do too for the eyes. For my first look, I'm very happy with it. I'm not having the issue as much with like the burning, but I'm excited to do the full week, you know, all the looks. I'm going to take you guys around or like show you each look I do. And we'll really get to the bottom if this palette's doing that, which will be nice. All right, for lips, I have some new products from Kosas. I picked up 2 of the Wet Sticks Moisturizing Lip Shines. I got the color Heat Wave as well as the shade 100 Degrees. I thought it was just called Degrees for a second. I am excited about these. I didn't have the Kosas lipsticks before this, so that's 100 Degrees. I think that one will look good with my look today. And then I also have, like I said, Heat Wave, which actually I kind of like Heat Wave if I'm being honest. Do something a little more juicy on my lips. It's a very like moisturizing, kind of hydrating lipstick formula. That's Heat Wave. It has like a light vanilla kind of scent. Kind of reminds me of MAC, like in that vein for sure. It feels a little thin for me. Maybe a little greasy. It's kind of reminding me honestly of the Rouge Volupté shines from YSL, which aren't my fave, but I'm gonna have to keep testing this one. I feel like the shines died down just from me touching it quite a bit. And I kind of want to try it on like freshly scrubbed lips because it feels like one of those formulas that kind of like creates sand in it. Even though you're like, obviously I didn't dip my lips in sand, so we'll see. Okay, let me pull out my little hairs. I feel like, I don't know who it is. I think there's some character that has like 2 like things that hang down, and I feel like I'm kind of cosplaying at the moment. All right, guys, so here is the final look. I really love how it turned out. Actually, like I think everything looks really good. I love the way the green is. To me, this is again how like I like to do color now. I mean, I'm gonna zoom in again because I'm like, I love it. I love that little pop of orange. I feel like it offsets some stuff. Kind of just adds something. You're like, what is that? I love how I have a little bit of depth just from that shimmer. Like, I really love it. And then the wing too. I wish it was a little bit darker, but I think it still works. Just had to build it up a little bit. So overall, love the look. I really love the blush too. And you can see how much I feel like that's kind of died down. Might have looked a little more intense when I first put it on, but I feel like it's really died down quite a bit. I am going to recap some stuff. Like I said, video to come with like full-on swatches. We'll go through each color. I will do a lot of stuff in that video. So stay tuned to that. I just really thought, why not get some thoughts? I feel like this is going to be a permanent palette. If you're going to make the decision to buy something like this for $69 that isn't fully neutrals, like there's a lot of green going on, like is this a palette you want? I thought I could really hone that down a little bit more with more time with it. So that's what I wanted to do, but I still wanted to like show you something, and I wanted to get it on my eyes so badly. This highlighter, I think it's just okay. Like I don't hate it, but I honestly am like, if you really want something like this, you might be totally fine with the Physicians Formula one. You might be totally fine with that one. It might be even more shimmery, to be honest. These lipsticks are interesting. I will keep you guys updated on how I like them, how they wear, what the shine is, the moisturizing factor, all that. I really like the color though. I think it finished out nicely, so I don't want to judge them too harshly until I really test them. The concealer I am excited about. I haven't really had any creasing as we've gone through, like the tiniest amount, but I feel like this really like stayed in place. So I just wish it was a little bit lighter. I just didn't know what I would get. It was a little bit difficult to tell, but a little bit of this goes a long way. So if you want something high coverage that's creamy, but really is gonna pack that pigment, this seems good so far. I'm like excited to keep trying this, and also maybe try more concealers in this formula because I really haven't done that. So if you have some recommendations of concealers that seem similar to this, let me know. Loving the new blush shades I got from Phytosurgeons. I think this is stunning, like a perfect color for spring and summer. So good. That's Singe, if you didn't know. Oh my gosh. Okay, powders, guys. I don't know about this one. Definitely glowy, like it gives you a glow. So if you don't want a glow, don't go with this one. I do prefer the Jones Road out of the two. This looked really nice. Just took away some shine. Didn't look like powder on my skin at all. Loving this eyeliner. Like there's a lot of good stuff going on in this round. Like I feel like my makeup turned out. The bronzer's good. Like a lot of good things. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'd love to know any of your thoughts on these products. Did you pick up the Yucca palette? I'd love to know. Are you interested in it? Do those greens entice you? Are you into that kind of look? I feel like people were excited about this one. It's been a second since she's launched a full palette, so I do get excited when she launches a new palette. So anyway, I'm gonna leave it here. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and other than that, I will see you in the next one. Bye.